Hello, teacher.
Hello, good evening, Stella. How do you do?
Just a moment, please. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you too?
Hello. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you very well, Stella.
Okay.
How are you? How are you too?
I'm fine, teacher. Thanks. I just to come to my home because I was make something, and I am I am really worried about to connect it because I tried that. Don't forget to connect me today.
Okay. How is your week?
My weight and it was so easy, yeah, because I didn't have a lot of words. So because I work in a university, so uh, um, at the moment, people or students are start to finish the class. So in this case, my schedule is easier or no heavy. My work,
Your schedule is complicated. This is that.
yeah.
What is a good evening?
Good evening, Tutor Carlos. Good evening, Stella.
Good evening, Patricia.
Okay, Patricia. How are you, Patricia? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine, thank you. And you?
I'm not feel I have this question just at night, really scorching. It's very hard. It disappear, but I'm great. I'm great. You don't feel so tired today, or aside, or you feel well? Patricia.
Sorry, there is this kind of echo in the communication, so I could not hear
Yeah,
really understand. Could you please repeat it?
yeah. They are the echo. Yeah, I know this is the echo. Yeah, if you today you feel so tired or feel exhausted or feel well.
So far, I feel well.
Paola, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. Good evening, classmates. How are you? Fine?
Hi, Paola.
Hello.
Hello, Paula. I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, hello, everyone. I
Oh,
am feeling, are you asking about how am I feeling tonight?
yeah, I feel how about the feel about you feel tonight.
Yes,
I,
I'm feeling very tired, teacher, because I wake up every day, even the Saturdays at 4:15, so a quarter past 4 in the morning, so it's very early. So this time I am tired, yes. So
understand you. The situation I'm trying as well, but I need to finish the three class left. No, two this two class left, two one, two, no three class, and finish this encounter. The digital course told me about the you give me advice or feedback about this encounter and give me recommendation one video, may have a video, your recommendation of giving advice about this encounter, dynamic or dynamic, live, dislike, why, how do you feel about the encounter and tutor and me? You feeling sometimes when I have a problem with my connection, and sometimes you know it's not understand me, but I think I think that this is great encounter and the child this is a very good topic. You participate very well in this encounter, but I need you the same the video the topic is about this encounter. How how do you look or how you like or dislike in topics that you see in this encounter, the activity, the child speaking is another the lesson plan is great, the child will come ask the question. La dynamic and this is encounter. Yeah, okay. Today the topic today is about the we are talking about this today social problem of today youth. Youth is juventud. Do you know youth?
Yes,
The
about the job.
social
Yes,
problem
teacher.
of today youth. We have to we have to try to use verbo to be, present time. Or that is the verbo to be the topic today. Yeah, I have my opinion, my personal opinion about the situation today and before the young people. The society nowadays is what it was a decade ago. Ago, the parents is more strict with the children. The people change, so doesn't society live in. The problem that our grandparents experience with our parents aren't the same that our parents experience with us. Before this since also far my age, my father was very strict with me, that very strong with me, my daddy. But right now it's a change. Nowadays, young people are exposed to major social problems that affect their life negatively, in negative way. See many things. The social problems are drugs and violence, liquor, um, many bad behaviors. They don't want to hearing the adults and in school drugs are very common. Peer pressure, usually the reason for the usage, violence, and major social problems that our society face. Young people had a lot of problems. Here in Medellin, you you can see many young people over here living on the street, sleeping on the street. Um, so you can see about 9 years old, 11 years old, the little girls, prostitutions. Yeah, this is disaster right now. Uh, the youth. Uh, Patricia, tell me about your general thinking about the social problems and with young people. Patricia, can you hear me? Patricia, Patricia is gone. Paola,
Yes, teacher.
Paola, tell me general opinion about the society problems, everyday increase about the young people.
Yes, I think that is a very big problem now in the sociality, la sociedad, sociality,
Society, society. It's question
society,
society. Yeah.
society. I think they are mobile phone addicted or addictives. They don't listen to anyone. They are they are, I think it's very complicated to deal with them. almost all of them, they want to do what they want to do. They don't want rules. They don't want to anyone to tell anything. So I think the technology is good to use it, but I think the young people is using it in a bad way. So it's extremely addictive for them. So, and the social nets, the sorry,
Net, the connection,
redes sociales, the social nets.
social net.
The social nets, I think, is difficult now. Sometimes the parents don't know how are the children or how are the young people because they are a person, they are some different, they have two personalities. They with parents are something and they become the parents are others people or another person. So I think it's difficult to deal now with them, and they don't believe now in anything. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in anything. So that is the my point of view about that, teacher. So
Yeah, okay, thank you very much for your contribution. Lina, can you hear me?
Yes, tutor, I can hear you.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm okay. This is coursing today, but this is my bad. I feel great to be start here. Lina, talking about the social problem of, of today youth. Youth is with two. And why are you thinking the social problem today youth increase in general opinion?
And the social problem of my city
No, around Colombia.
around
Around
Colombia.
Colombia. Yeah.
Well, I think that the social problem is the homeless on the street, okay? Here in Colombia now, uh, there aren't, yes? No hay. Hello?
Hello,
yes,
hello. I can hear you.
I am
Sorry,
listening.
Go ahead.
sorry, I'm tired. Sorry that
Yeah, no.
now
Try
I
to
arrive at
speed.
home. I arrive home now, so it's difficult. Well, the homeless on the street, yes, here in Cucuta is most commonly because here in Cucuta there are many Venezuelans on the street. Young people sleep on the street, kids, babies. So for me, that is the most problem on Colombia.
Okay, Estela, what your opinion about this, the social problems of today of the youth?
Um, okay, I think that the problem in our society is that the object of your people has changed because young people now only want to be rich and be famous. They only think that um, related the body, the superficial things. Yeah. So I consider that the industry and the society to approach. I don't know how you say aprovechar of this.
Taking a bunch,
Taking a a what? Sorry,
advantage, advantage. Yeah, taking
taking
advantage.
about the industry taking advantage of this and try to persuade that young people only think into the new things or new mobiles. Only thing in the last movie, the famous people, but the the society don't persuade or make a suggestion related the history, the culture, the good values. I think that the problem is that the object of the young people has changes that enormous. That's all, teacher.
I am thank you very much for your opinion. This is just yeah. Right now I'm going to show you my screen. Talk about it. See that? Okay. Show something. Can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Can you see my screen, students?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this is the chart, a chapter about Botui, affirmative, negative, interrogative. Um, Botui, I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. Negative form, I am not, you are not, he is not, she's not, he is not, we are not, you are not, they are not. Somebody know about the questions? I am in questions. How to pronounce? Paola, how to pronounce I am in questions?
Am I?
Am I?
Am I?
Lina, Lina,
Yes.
how to pronounce I am in questions?
I.
Estela, your opinion. An I is right or no? This is a different way to say Estela. Estela, Patricia.
Just a moment. Yes, teacher. Can you repeat?
Ah, oh. No, about the question the way the question and I am question, I am in question, and I say Paola Lina, and I. What is the right way, or is like I? Well, still have problem with connection. Yes, so in the United States, many people say am I, or who am. Por ejemplo, you see the movie de Jackie Chan, who am. Dice who am. Sometimes people say who am,
Who
pero o
ya?
sea, who am, quién soy. Va y dice iam, iam. Se pronuncia
Yes.
iam. Many people gonna say it, try to the every day message change the many things, try to pronounce more easy or more easy to questions. He said, iam, it's the same iam. Yo soy, iam, yo soy. This is a question. Yeah, you see my screen in the question, you with when you go to the topic, and general topic. Um, Lina,
Yes.
Lina, what are you thinking about the current youth, but no is a problem in Venezuelans, no, a problem in Venezuelan, a problem in behaviors and behavior drinking. This is very young, is they are drinking, they are to rob, to steal over here. In general, your opinion, no, it's Venezuela. Venezuela had a problem. how they plan with this country, but though it's necessary the Venezuelan is bad people, or every Venezuelan is still people or where's the country. Tell me about general John teams, general teams in the city and in Colombia. What is the problem?
Well, for me, the Venezuelans are uh, good people. Good people, sorry. They are kindly and friendly, but many Venezuelans are still stones. How do you say?
Still, still
Ladrones,
robots.
Thieves.
thieves,
So sometimes still a robot. Thief es
thief,
ladrones
sorry, thief,
o
are thief. Okay, here in Cucuta, is very dangerous for that. You can to walk on the street with your cell phone or many your laptop or any other object. How do you say valor?
value.
Vale. So
Value.
it's difficult, but for me, uh, are good people. I have many friends, Venezuelan friends, but the people think that is bad people. All are bad people, but not all are bad people. Okay, that's it.
No,
I don't know.
no, no, anyway, I don't want to just explain me Venezuela. No explain to me about Venezuela. Explain me about the young people in the city. Young people, the problem young people. They use drugs, use liquor, use alcohol, use smoking, cigarettes, the behavior, not bad behavior. They had the many association in school, at school. Tell me about this
Ah,
situation.
okay, okay. Sorry.
You,
But yes. Yes, the problem here is the young people smoke or young people go a lot to the parties. Here, how do you say secuestran?
catch, catch,
Catch,
people,
Kidnapping.
kidnapping,
copying,
Kidnapping.
copying.
kidnapping, young people a lot. Okay, uh, most girls. So take care here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Patricia, what is the cause early home association to people?
Tutor, could you please repeat the question?
What are the cause of the early home desertion in young people?
What is the cause of what?
Of
Please.
early home desertion, early home desertion in young people.
Home desertion?
Yeah,
Um, I guess
so,
that. Do you mean like
yeah.
that they run out? Like they
They
run
run
away?
out, they run away, you go out to leave the home, and
I
it's,
think that they don't feel secure at home. Perhaps they are not happy of their own atmosphere. Perhaps they don't feel a connection with their parents or relatives.
yeah, maybe no, it is nowadays you see a lot of the people over here living in the street. But what is the reason to go out of the home? Maybe the behavior of the father is very strict with them. They don't want to catch or advise or listen to adults. go out. We go out the street and use drugs, a little, they can liquor. They want to live free. What is your opinion about it?
It is very difficult to say for me because um, the topic is quite large, but basically, if your youth can sleep on the street, is because the weather allows it. They feel comfortable being on the street. They feel maybe secure with their friends better than being at home.
No, what is your opinion? You see, you go out in the street, you walking, you see the little girls over here in the street, many children over here living in the street. What is the reason? Maybe reason your
Children,
behavior, parents,
about children living on the street.
yeah, roaming in the street or
Yeah, I
sleeping in
think
the
that
street.
this how can I say, a gross human rights deprivation. I really don't know the word. It is absolutely sad, and it is the most humiliating condition a human being can have at that age. That is for a child living on the street. Is very, very sad. It's not something that makes me happy to see.
You say the fault is human rights.
No, it cannot be the fault of the human rights. It is the fault of the society.
Right. Okay, human rights. But in your children is around 10 years old and say, Mama, I want to go out of the home, or angry with you, or excuse with you sometimes, or fight with you, sometimes he's want to go out. What do you do? What would you do in this situation?
I think that kids need to be taught about managing their emotions in a more positive way so they can handle disappointment in a better way without hurting themselves. And if they don't get that at home, of course, that is very difficult.
Difficult situation. Okay. Stella, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Stella, tell me about the cause of early home desertion from the young.
Early can
Home
I'm sorry.
desertion, home desertion in young people.
All desertion related to the education.
No, home desertion about you see the many young people over here living in the street.
Mm,
No, the reason that every day in Queens, lot of young people in the street hanging around, they use of drugs. What is the motivator you to running out of the home
okay.
to
Well,
leave a house? What is the
yeah. Mm, I don't know, teacher. Well, actually, I consider that because young people don't feel motivated or don't feel motivation for something, and also young people are want to get everything in so fast, so they don't. The young people in general are not patient. Yeah, so it is important that to suggest that everything that people want to get in your life, it's important to work to be constantly. be perseverance and don't, because I think that that when young people don't get this something that they want to get, he's boring or feel this motivation related. Yeah. Also, the other problem that affect this is because some parents don't pay attention their children or young people, how they feel, how want to do in your life. So I consider that is the problem are that young people don't feel motivated and parents don't know really what to do with your children, or how they can suggest better. I think that.
The problem is the fathers. The problem is the father when you growing process. When you, this is your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, Paula.
Yes, teacher.
Paula, if your son tell you I live in the house today, what will you do?
If my, sorry, I didn't understand.
If your son or child tell you I live in the house today, what will you do?
Okay, I think I am agree with my classmate. Sorry, I don't remember your name. But I think parents sometimes the parents have the fault sometimes when the young people want or their son or daughter want to the leave the house. And if my son say I want to go, I think I'm going to be very worried, or because if he or she doesn't have the enough mature and the base he to hit to okay to go for the life. So I think it's going to be very difficult for them because they think because they are 18 or 17, they are just old and they have mm, mature, the madurez, the mature, madurez, the mature to deal with life. So I think I'm going to be very worried because they are very young and I think they need to study first and to improve themselves and before before go. So mm, but maybe it's not good to say please don't go. I think they need to experimentate or to live things to know that it's not easy to live uh, um, far away from home. So I will respect the his decisions, and I will leave to go because you cannot just to um, mm, cuando you cannot in español. I forgot it even in Spanish. The word. Mm,
Excuse me,
I
Paula, say
forgot
in
the
Spanish.
word. Yes, I forgot it even in Spanish. Mm, eh, tú no puedes obligar, sorry, obligar.
You
You
need
cannot to obligate.
obligation.
You cannot
You need
obligate. Yes, you cannot obligate someone to live with you if they don't want. So That is my opinion, teacher.
Yeah, yeah. All about this is not as complicated. You can't do obligate your children. You have to submit. Sometimes the parent is very overprotective in with the children, but it's not right. Your children know how to hear you. They want to hear you, but you have to try
Yes.
to then hear you. Cuando no, you see, no want to obligate. Normally, you just want to go out, to go to leave at home. Go, get out, get out of my home. Jesus and children, you have to tie here, you have to punish them. I need to
Yes.
control for many things. For example, Estela, Estela, how you ever thought about leave?
About
Can
what, teacher?
you
About what?
have you ever have you ever thought about leave your house?
Yeah,
Sometimes
teacher.
you're angry with your mother.
Yeah, uh, yeah. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, when I was young, I thought to live on my home because my parents fight a lot. Yeah, and I don't feel good. So I think that this was one of the most problem that the parents sometimes fight a lot of time and don't pay attention to their children. But nowadays, no. I When I was young, I thought that.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And Patricia,
Yes, tutor.
Patricia, why children every day are more rebellious? What is the reason,
I don't know.
Patricia?
I don't know. I don't think that everyday children are more rebellious.
No more rebellious, right? You get buying the game. And you get the song. You have songs. You have children. You have experience. You have the mandatory in your home. My mother, I have control. I have the man here. I have the boss here. Tell me your opinion about this. Is rebellious? Sometimes they
I don't know,
overprotect you,
but
or you want to protect your home.
I don't think
Huh?
that everyday children are more disobedient.
Human right is a fault. Human right. Human right. You don't want to toss the baby. There are many laws that protect them. If this law not permit you the punish her then to control you. Yeah, but the law is just the problem.
What happened
Or
with the
it,
law, pardon?
the law is the problem because the law protect very much very much the kids. Tell me about the rebellious. Maybe you experienced when they was young. Well, the father to treat you. How did the father treat you or the mother? It's different. Tell me about something about this situation.
Okay,
Different.
quite difficult to talk. Difficult
Yeah.
question. To start, I don't think that the law. I Could you please repeat what you say about the law? I am not sure I got it.
The law is right now. The law protect very much to kids or children. The law don't want to punish them, or you don't want to. You don't want to say anything the children because it is no it's right. Maybe they had a problem with your society, had the problem with your psychology, because you the police, your children, it's a big problem. The human right have many rights, and many lot of rights. Maybe it's a
Okay,
fault.
okay. Um, I don't know the law very well. I did have to read something about that for one of the pedagogical classes. And so, what I read, I found it very positive because the law cares for the well being of the kids. In other words, law try to I don't know, perhaps the word is pursuit, that kids have well fed, that they receive education, that they will go to school, that they live in safe environments, and all those aspects are very positive. Nevertheless, perhaps some parents um, hide their way of correcting the kids and put the blame on the law. So perhaps some parents might say, but the law doesn't allow me to hit my kid. Well, that is right. And the law doesn't allow me to let my child, I don't know, to kick my child out of the home. Yeah, that is true. So it all depends what the parent found. No, it all depends what parents find appropriate as a punishment, or and if what parents if the punishment that parents use is against the law. I can agree with what you say, tutor, that the law doesn't cover the correction of the parents.
Yeah. Now this is nowadays you see a lot of this situation. But, I don't know. Okay, that's great. Your opinion, maybe. Paula,
Yes, teacher.
give me a give me you are right with or his opinion about Patricia. What is the cause? What is the first cause and the behavior in adolescent or young people today?
Mm, I think because their behavior is like that because the parents are very busy. Both of them are working. There is no time for them, and when they are free, they are just busy thinking about themselves. So they are tired. They don't want to go out. They don't want to spend time. They don't talk with children or with young people. So I think that's why they behave like that. So I think it's important if you have children, you know, or if you want to have children, you know that to be father is not just to make a baby and that's it, to give food, presents, and uniforms and things to go to the school. I think if you are thinking about to have children, you know that it's a big responsibility and you need to have time for them every night to check about their studies, about the friends, about what they want to do in life, to support them, to bring them to the football school on Saturdays or the music lessons or any kind of things, and to talk to them and to know their friends and to know their lives. But sometimes children are just growing up without parents. They are just with the grandparents at home, and that is not the grandparents' job. So I think that is the point. If you are if you are a parent, you are a father or mother, and you don't have time to look after to your children. So why did you have it? Why did you do that? Why did you decide something like that if you don't have time to look after them? So I can see many lazy parents that the children ask to go out to go to the park and to play, and they say, "No, I'm tired. I want to watch TV. I want to be in bed because I am working all weekend. I am tired." So that is my opinion about their behavior. So, and the parents, they don't know who are the children, who are them, who are who are they, and what they want to do with their lives. The child say, "I don't want to study." Okay, you don't want to study, it's fine. It's up to you. Or they think, he's big, he's 16, he's 18, he's 10, he knows the responsibility, so I don't need to check what is he doing because he's big. No, no, they have responsibilities, but if you are a parent, your responsibility is to supervise and to look how they are in the school, to go to the school, to talk with the teachers and ask how is my child, or how is, yes, my son or my daughter. To be just update about my son and my daughter, no, just one day or once a week. It's every day that you have to do that job if you want to know about your kids. So that is my opinion, teacher.
Yeah, this is very strong. This is a strong opinion. You have to the control children. Sometimes it's very scared, scare you. Yeah, Estela, agree or disagree with Paola, Estela? They don't
Uh,
want to obey. They don't want to obey the parents.
uh, I agree with Paola because the problem is that nowadays our parents don't have time for to care the children, and the children when they are alone maybe they are a person who are very, come on, um uh, just a moment. uh, they the children, when the parents are not with their children, uh, the children could be attacked for influence for the society, for TV programs, for the social media, for friends, for different aspects that try to get the control of the children. And the parents, they don't know what to do with them, and they don't notice that the children can be influenced for the rest of the society because they are very busy today, or sometimes the grandparents are the people who care the children's. But I consider that it's very irresponsibility that to the grandparents care the children because they live the grandparents live in another epoch total difference to the here.
Age.
Yeah, yeah, teacher. So the age is total difference, and they don't know what the young or children's in that moment think because the thinking is total different. Yeah. So for that reason, I don't consider that it's a good idea the grandparents cared only when it's necessary, maybe because the children don't have parents for something. It, I don't know, strategy, but the the parents are the person who have the responsibility of their children, and they need to pay more attention what their children what to do in your life, or what or how the society can affect their children.
Yeah, okay. You are the reason about the before the young people was better in behavior.
Yeah, because
Patricia.
yeah,
Ah, yeah, okay, go ahead, keep going. Go ahead, Stella.
no, teacher, because unfortunately, the society in that moment had more the control for our children than the parents. Yeah, because it's mainly the social media and cell phones have total control of the children and young people. So I understand the parents, but it is important to try to pay attention of this.
Yeah, it's the most important the family. The parents have to care these children and be attention, and all the activity they have they do. Patricia,
Yes, tutor.
Patricia, it is true that today's mothers don't punish their children because they were punished a lot in past time.
Okay. My opinion or the truth?
It's true, no, your opinion is true or it's false.
Uh,
A lot of people, many people talk about this situation. As Stan, my sister, oh no, I don't want to punish my my daughter because my daddy is very strong, is very strict. No, I don't want to punish her for little things. Joanna, sometimes I'm angry with her because they used to overprotect my needs. I don't know if
okay.
it's for you it's
My
true or it's false.
I guess that for the perspective that you bring it and others people opinion, that situation could be true. But in my opinion, if a person believes that is fine. uh, yes, yeah, it is a very difficult question, tutor. It is you are putting me in such as difficult situations. Uh, what can I say? If a person thinks like that, it's okay with that. It's okay. Um, I think that the way of punishing a child should be connected with love, with compassion, with understanding of the cause of the situation, and with self control. When parents forget about those things, the punishment is going to be wrong and it's going to be hard and it's going to cause um, breaking the relationship between the parent and the child.
Okay. You're very protected with your children. I see that. But
Yes, teacher.
Paula, you have experience. You are a teacher. You are seeing many young people, teenager, adolescents. Over here, you contact with him every day. Why young people are losing more every day? and they use drugs and alcohol. And alcohol. Why is the reason?
The
Maybe they
that
have
that they are losing every day.
yeah, losing every day using drug and alcohol.
Yes, I think
What's the
because
reason?
it's the situation, because they are growing up alone. Yes, so there is no enough attention with the parents. So the parents give the responsibility to the grandparents sometimes. So yes, so I think when you have a good
Valuable.
dialogue,
Yeah,
dialogue
valuable.
with them,
Right.
and when you know your childrens and you can talk to them, so you can talk to them, so it's easier for you to know what is happening. But I can see that almost than 90% of the children that don't want to study or don't want to go or they don't pay attention in the classroom is because they have problems with the parents. Sometimes they live just with the grandparents because the mother the mother she doesn't have time, she's working, so sometimes they live just with the parents, so they don't have even one of them, father or mother. So they give the responsibility to the grandparents, and that is a grown, is a very big grown decision. So uh, I don't give the fault to them. No los culpo, no les doy la culpa a ellos. I don't give the fault to them because I think you need to learn to be a good father. And the best form to know is to spend time with them in the evening, to talk to them. How was your day? What did you like about the day? What what you didn't like? Etc. Etc. Do you have homeworks? Come, I will help you with this, with that. With uniforms, yes, with everything. So you can supervise them. So I think that is the first problem. So because they cannot talk with their parents, so they talk with their classmates or with bad friends. They choose the grown friends to tell about their problems, about the things. So here is when the uh, bad friends say, come take drugs, or come on, we don't need to go to the school today. So that is my opinion, teacher.
Yeah, okay. Stella, I agree with you. With Paola, Stella. They have a friends who give them bad advice.
Mm,
Why why young people are using drugs and alcohol?
uh, I don't know, teacher. Well, I think that people use drugs or alcohol because I think that the first is because some people are curious, yeah. So try to test something new, but in general, it's because there are someone friends who try to suggest that to do. Um, but then in, in some groups of people, uh, when something is new in the group, try to be accepted in the group or be rude or feel that uh, they catch the attention. So for that reason, I think that some young people and try to use drugs or alcohol for to feel comfortable in the group or feel accepted. But and but the majority of this situation is because the friends try to suggest that to do this, and because it's normal in our society to see some behaviors related alcohol or smoke. Yeah, so in the majority party, and in, for example, in Colombia, or or some celebration, people use alcohol on smoke cigarettes. That's just normal. So young people pay attention of this behavior and think that when he grow up, or he maybe will be, or will use this, or will be a person who I don't know who to describe. When young people see this behavior in their family, he think that when we have the age, the exact 18 years, he can do this because he's a adult. Yeah. So, but um, in the school or some friends sometimes try to suggest that to do this.
Okay, thank you, Patricia.
Yes, tutor.
Patricia, who is the responsibility of the parents or the institutions
The responsibility for what, pardon?
Ay, perdón.
about the use of drugs, young people using drugs and alcohol and liquor? And what is the responsibility? What is your responsibility in this is case in the institution, government, or school, or parents
Okay,
when the young people
I think that as Estella shared with us, drinking and smoking are socially accepted behaviors. So it's absolutely obvious or normal that young adults or children or adolescents will copy that behavior because they grew up with that situation. About the drugs, nevertheless, uh, I don't think that it is difficult to say who carries the responsibility or who is to blame because it all depends of individual context, yeah. So in a situation where a child or an adolescent, as the classmates have put the context, where parents are overloaded with work and the children lack attention, lack discipline, orientation. It is it is the responsibility for parents because uh, as Estella said, if they don't have anybody with who to share, for sure they are going to look for bad examples, but friends, or no bad friends, but friends that do bad things, because by coincidence those kids are the only ones that have the time to give attention to that child. Well, so, and the society, well, in a way, yes, the society is responsible because um, many aspects. So let's mention marketing, for instance. Marketings know how to manipulate the brains of people, and they cause us consume a lot. And because we need to consume a lot, we need to be overloaded with work buying many things that are not indispensable for life. So we put the attention on acquiring things and we forget about what is valuable. So sometimes a parent feel happier by buying some sneakers to their kids that going to him or with her to the playground. So parents are influenced by the society, kids are influenced by the society because the society doesn't care for what is very important. So kids or young adults feel lonely, are not being educated to make right decisions, so they just choose for drugs. And on other hands, there are kids that get everything, love, attention. They are in a self environment and they just have to learn things the bad way or the difficult way and they just try it because they want to know.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is good opinion about the situation, but and really, what is your responsibility in this environment? Like, how do you think you can help and keep this statement from increments? It's a point of view. Maybe you care to son, to children, and give you advise them, and the drugs, talking about drugs, liquor.
Tutor, are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay, could you please speak a little bit louder because I could not hear what you say?
Yeah, what is your responsibility when try to stop this is problem and use of maybe you have the children. What is your what actuation about the situation and your children maybe you give advice and don't use drugs talking about drugs or
The question is, I as a mother,
no,
could you
you
please?
should. What is your responsibility with your children in this situation and about use of drugs or liquor? What is your responsibility in this
Okay,
in your
my responsibility as a parent is to inform my kids about the consequences that drugs will have in their bodies and how that will affect the things that they will be able to do in the future. My responsibility as a parent is to create conscience in my kids that the consequence should limit their acts, that they need to think, that they my responsibility is teaching them to think and evaluate what is best for them. My responsibility is to teach them to control their emotions, and my responsibility is to be a good role model because sometimes I might want to speak a lot and to teach them many things, but if my role model doesn't model what I speak, it's nonsense. So I think that.
okay,
Yes, teacher.
Paola, as teacher, as mother, and the growth process, who has to be more carefully, and girl or boys,
You mean which one is more difficult?
more difficult, yeah, more difficult in the growth process,
No, I think now both.
or you pay attention and you think you people or you have adolescents, you have the girl and boys. You must pay attention about their behaviors.
the behaviors, but are you talking about the young people, men or women, or about in primary, in secondary?
No, 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 no. In general, it's more difficult
I think
to.
it's both now. I think both of them, girls or boys, or women or men. I think all of them are difficult now because they are the same. It doesn't matter if it's a girl or a boy, they are growing up alone. So I think equal is equal. And now, before maybe the men is a little bit more difficult to treat them and to teach things and responsibilities and but now you can see the girls out of home every day, just walking around in the park with friends, with other girlfriends. So I think both are in the same situation. That is my opinion. Of course, a little bit more the men because they go out more often than girls. Yes, with friends and that's it. But I think the 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 percentage is minimum. It's not
Percent.
very big. Yes, it's not very big.
Okay.
That is my
Estela,
opinion. I don't know.
what is your opinion, Estela? The girl or boys?
Well, I agree with Paola because I think that is difficult to care girls and boys, but it is common that the girls are more in their house and pay more attention something related to their home. Yeah, it is common that the boys uh, leave early when he have the at current age, and it's common that the boys is are like to go with her friends or party than girls. But I consider that nowadays is difficult to care both. So but it depends how parents educate their children. So
Well, in common, in general, the people costing they care most the girl because the girl they are the subject of their pregnant or their crazy and wow. So the boys sometimes more crazy or they not have the free or release or they don't last over here. Like to hang around over here have the more problem that you look at your friends, if you're a good person or bad person. But yeah, it's complicated sometimes to choose. Patricia, what is your opinion? You have the gear both.
Yes, I have both a girl and a boy. Um, could you please repeat the question?
Yes, no, the question is in the growth process, who has to be more careful,
Oh, yes,
girl.
yes. I remember. Uh, I agree with Stella and I agree with Paola, both of them.
The boy
Parents need
like
to take
to, the boy,
parents have to take good care of a boy and parents have to take care good parents have to take good care of a girl, both weighing the same percentage without exception.
yeah, okay, and what parents can to do rise a young person as well.
Could you please repeat the question? Is so low I could not hear it.
Yeah. What parents can do to raise a young person's well or good persons or try to
What parents
can do to raise up young people or young persons well, a good person, the male good person, male or good adults, the process.
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand the question. Could you please rephrase it?
Phrase it. What parents can do to rise up young people are good persons.
Something like what parents should do to raise children that they want to keep or that can be benefit for the society?
Yeah, benefit the society.
Okay.
We always say
Uh,
the rise up, the precio de rise up. The rise up es
uh,
crecimiento, ¿no?
sí,
Pues, ¿qué tiene que
no.
hacer? ¿Qué puede hacer un padre para crear o en el proceso de crecimiento una
The
persona
first
bien?
thing the first thing that I think a parent should do is humble himself or herself and realize that he or she might miss a lot of information, and she or him has to take things easy and be willing to accept her or his mistakes in order to get his or her son to accept his own mistakes. Parents also should model what they want the kids to copy or to do. So if parents want their kids to hear them and pay attention, they should do the same. If parents don't want kids to drink, they should not drink. If parents want the kids to have a yeah to reason and to be able to open to dialogue, we as a parents need to control our characters when we don't like things and be open to contain ourselves and speak with respect to our kids even if we think they don't deserve it. I think that parents need to show a lot of compassion and love, and parents need to show borders to their kids and need to make clear what are the limits. Parents should change their rules when they don't work. Parents should apologize to their kids when they make mistakes and ask for forgiveness. Parents should ask the kids what do they think about the difficult situations, and parents should ask advice to their kids so they can voice their opinions, so parents can learn what is in the mind of their kids. I think that parents should have a lot of love and forgiveness.
Okay. Paula, what do you think about the increase young people who steal or thief?
How can you? Sorry, I don't understand.
What do you think about the increase young people who steal another persons? Every day there are
Yes,
many young people steal another person that steal your cell
I
phone, steal.
think it's common in Colombia to see that kind of things. People stealing to others, and even if you are going to the jail, is there is no point. Nothing happened. So it's difficult situation now. Every day is increasing the vandalism in our country. So uh, if we don't change the rules, the edges, the
Law.
laws or the law, if we don't change the law, it's very difficult to change. And we need more education, and we need a lot of education in culture and develop ourselves first, and then to try to develop other self people. So if there is an opportunity to get good jobs, to educate, to give food, and to give better opportunities. So it's going to be very difficult because in Colombia we have very uh, we have very different kind of um, rich, poor people, middle class. Yes, two different um, no sé, estados sociales, ¿cómo se dice?
Social
Types of
state.
socialized state,
States, social states.
Social
socialist.
state.
So I think if we have a little bit more igualdad, igualdad,
What? What?
igualdad, equality. If
Quality.
we have more equality, so I think there is more opportunities, and I think the robbery or the thief is going to be less in our country. That's it, teacher. That is my
Yeah.
opinion.
This is your opinion.
Yes.
Stella, tell me about your opinion. Tell me about the people opinions. That's the reason. This is a good reason. There are many criminal. There are criminal young people every day for for label, social label, different label in Colombia. This is the reason. Stella.
Uh, yeah, in some part is the reason because I consider that that is important to give more opportunity to young people to 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 work to find activities that can I don't know. So I consider that it is important that young people have the opportunities and the society create um, uh, works or activities that young people can to do and try to omit to bad behaviors and be a criminals. Yeah, but it's important also that the society put a, serious or a very I don't know, a punishment that the the law in Colombia sometimes are very flexible for young people. Yeah, but it's important to have a, a good punishment to because it's necessary to attack the problem and attack the problem and or have the control of the problem. Yeah, because young people steal something, the police catch them, and in 3 or 4 hours uh, they leave of the prison and return to the to do the same. Yeah, so the punishment are not good. Are it's important to put I don't know how to explain. mm, and that the people,
About jail, about jail or punish them. The good,
yeah,
strong law to punish
strong
them.
punishment that this person uh, think that is bad, the behavior is bad, and they don't need to do this, and this is the problem that they will have if they steal or kill someone, yeah. But it's important to create more opportunities, yeah. Or I consider that young people could be start to work not only when they have 18 years. I think that is a good idea that the politics lawyer create that young people can start to work. I don't know, maybe from 18 years. So because maybe these people can to start to do something. I don't think to steal. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's good idea. I listened that in United States there are some parents to allow that their children start to work in a cafeteria or in a, I don't know, simple works, because they need to give their responsibility. Yeah, so I think that in Colombia it's a good idea that young people start to work, I don't know, 18 years, from 18 years old. Could be
Yeah,
a, could be just a little solution, no? But I don't know. But the punishment for young people is important to renovate the minister of politics in Colombia need to renovate and think more in the punishment for young people who are criminals.
yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, you are written about this is punishment. I heard about the state law is very strong, very fit around the responsibility criminal, the responsibility crime is around 10 years, 10 years, 10 years old. Yeah, this is very strong. Not let's say it's different. The law system is very strong. The control the people, the control your thinking, your behaviors. Yeah, for this is they belong society for these reasons. Patricia, what is your opinion?
My opinion about
Yeah, about the criminal young people.
my opinion is that it all depends where the situation is happening. For
Yeah,
Bogota, for
yeah,
Bogota, for instance, that
Yeah,
is the place that I know. If the kids are stealing in, how can I say, in the comunas of Soacha and all those, farther than Soacha, those places that are full with los desplazados por la violencia, and kids that don't have access to education because many reasons and all that. My opinion is that yes, that is the consequence of the hardship that they are struggling, and perhaps is the only options that those kids or children or adolescents can think to find food, perhaps, or what they need or they want. And if the situation is happening in a school for rich people, where the teenagers go out to do shoplifting just for the fun and the emotion, well, I found it very bad and very silly and very a little bit like a ridiculous for them, but part of development and part of the human development. And of course, they need to receive a punishment, like wash a toilet or very, I don't know, something that a punishment that is disgusting for them. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think that the society have to take care of children, and we are responsible for the well-being of the children. I remember when I was small, in Bogota, there used to be a big sign somewhere, and I used to read it many, many times. And I don't know if perhaps you have ever reading it. I know many of you didn't grow up in Bogota, but perhaps that sign was in your city as well. Educa a un niño para que no tengas que castigar a un hombre.
This is too beautiful spike. Yeah, I saw this is a bike. Yeah, this is it's very helpful for many people. But you say the responsibility, the violence is displaced by violence people. This is a problem. They might have a lot of problem in Bogota. Bogota had the problem, the violence in the young people, and still long time ago, young people like to smoke a lot. Young people
Not
like
in
to
my
smoke a
time.
lot.
Not in my time.
No, really, huh?
No, in my
Bogota
time,
is a big city. They have a
in my
different
time,
social label.
in perhaps I no, I am the same generation of you. Uh, but in my time, no. And I remember that when I was small, we used to go outside to Swatcha, and it didn't existed yet. It was beautiful. There were hills, and that was very beautiful, and there were many trees, and I could go walking with my parents and see waterfalls and rivers, and it was very beautiful.
How old
But
are
I
you?
also can say when I was 20 years old or
What?
older, those things start
What?
to get vanished and disappear. And I remember that the last time that I saw that, it didn't existed. That part of, well, that is not Bogota anymore. It was not Bogota. Now is Bogota is part of Suacha, perhaps. I really don't know. But that
So
part,
Chinese, I mean, just it's a town. It's a very
that
different
part, it is no
municipio.
I don't recognize if I see how can I say, the landscape of that part of Colombia, it is not what it is used to be. That part has disappeared. It doesn't exist. It's changed. So yes, when I was young or when I grew up, kids were not the violence. Kids were not the ones committing robberies. Perhaps your adults in the age between 20 and 25, but no kids. Because what is a kid? Till 12, 13 years old? What is a teenager? 12, 12 till 16, 18? So kids, no, kids were not stealing. Kids were not robbing.
No robbery. Okay, that's great. Yeah. This is the peace on the Bogota. Bogota had a long time ago had many children. Still many people, a lot of people in over here. Wow. Okay, you say that really the Suacha was a municipal with more beautiful landscapes, the walls, the trees a lot, and the natural. Ah, okay. This is long time ago. Your age is 15, what? 15? Oh, really? I kill you. Yeah, Paola, and the last question, Paola, how modern parents should be right now, Paola?
How can parents should be?
How modern parents should be.
How mothers
Modern,
parents
modern, modern, the moderno, how
more
modern parents
more
should
of
be.
them. Yes, more of them should be. Yes.
More, modern parents, modern parents.
¿Cómo deben ser los padres?
Sí, ¿cómo deberían ser los padres modernos?
Ah, okay, models. I'm sorry, I didn't understand the word. I think
Modernos.
the best form to teach is to give the sample. So that is the best form to teach your children how to do. No, you cannot tell your children don't please don't smoke or not smoke when you are a smoker. You cannot say, please, why are you drinking alcohol when you are drinking alcohol? So I think the best way to teach the children is is when you are an example for them, an example about to do the things with respect, with responsibility, uh, etc. Giving example. That is my opinion, teacher.
Ostela, what is your opinion? How modern parents should be?
Mm, the model parents should be a person who, yeah, give an example that what can to do the children and what can don't to do. I think that the parents more should be more or should be have more information related the now behaviors or the this generation. Mm, the parents need should be more reflexible related how to explain the problems, the things that happen in their life in the society. They need to be more natural, spontaneous, and honestly that they don't need to cover the reality. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Try the parents should be more uh, perseverance too, because there are some parents that, for example, when the children are boring, the parents give a cell phone and yeah to kids or their childrens and try to forget the situation. No, the parents need to be more perseverant, try to pass more time with their childrens and know their childrens. It is important that the parents know their childrens, what think childrens, what are the position related some situation, ask question for to know what think their childrens and try to be a kid, a person who have can be more of better suggestions.
Okay, Patricia, uh, you see today is the mothers now go to dancing with their daughters and the parents to drinking with the children. Are you thinking about it? The modern life, the modern parents, Patricia.
Question that you asked to Paola and Estela?
No, Patricia.
Different question?
A different question, the same question about the modern parents today. Today, you can see the mother go dancing on nightclub with the daughters. Before, it was very impossible. You see your mother, you go with you the dance together, drinking together. So before it's impossible together. It's very surprised. And you see the mother and father drinking with you children or you your brothers, your children drinking or go out to dancing on a club. Not thinking about it. This is a sense today.
Yeah.
What is
Okay. I think that being a mother parent is not what you say. I think that being a mother parent is a person that can cope with technology and make use, make good, can have good benefit of it. I think that a mother parent is the one that is capable to have a good relationship with their kids and displaying and having clear for their kids that he is not perfect or she is not perfect, that the parent is not perfect a person, but is a human being that can make faults and has to get forgiven by their kids. A mother parent is a one that can survive in this world. Mm, yeah, I don't think
no?
mother has nothing to do with dressing and dancing. Sorry, not at all. That is a stereotype or a misconception.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
When they you girl you daughter go out, you can to go to a nightclub dancing together.
But I don't know because if you are a father and your kid is 12 years old, I don't think you can enter in a nightclub with your daughter or your son. That is not being mother. I'm sorry. That is being I don't know. That is I don't know how to put it. That is and if you want to be mother as on the terms that you present the situation tutor and you want to give alcohol to your 7 years old kids, I'm sorry, that is not being mother. For the contrary, that is lacking information. That is
Call the police.
not neither, but it is. I don't know, tutor. I have not the vocabulary to express what is that, but I don't share what you are presenting to me as a mother. I don't conceive it as a as a such.
Yeah, no, this is right anyway, but you see many different things about this situation. Drinking, happy, enjoy, dancing, like, like, like sister. Yeah, thank you for this is commentary, share your opinion about this social problem today in young people and try to have the responsibility with your children and take care and care and say them and give you advice them a lot. This is the world changes every day. How the most problem the society is complicated and the street is complicated. The school is really big. It's complicated. There violent, a lot of violent children, violent people. The father don't want to do anything about this situation. The society is lost in the law. Thank you for this encounter. Don't forget to record a video about talking about this encounter or every encounter, all according to the topic you give advice of the things that tutor and this encounter and topic and dynamic encounter. The idea is try to get a new vocabulary, to get topic in thinking, different topic, and force my mind and try to explore a different topic. Thank you for coming. Stay here with me to share this space. See you tomorrow at 4. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
See
you,
you
teacher.
tomorrow.
Good
Thank you
night.
to everyone. Thank you, Paola. Thank you, Stella. And thank you, tutors. Until tomorrow and have sweet dreams.
Thanks.
Gracias. Señora. Bye.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you, girls.